Weird. When Aruto left, he turned in his driver. Though personally, I would have kept it because screw you, last day at work.
Episode 30. After Guy has taken over Heathen Intelligence, human gears have now become illegal and are to be disposed of. As for Aruto, he went to Daybreak Town to run to Jin to see if he could stop into Heathen and take back Izu and the Zero One driver. Not to be nice, but because Jin wants to liberate the human gears from the humans.
So once Izu is turned back on, he tries to set her free at a rock quarry. 'Cause yeah, live free with a bunch of rocks.
Once Guy finds out about it, he demands all human gear data to be erased.
Turns out, Aruto did steal shit on his last day at work, the Humagear AIs. Izu deserves to be paid because of the amount of work she does like that. She prepares the paperwork for a new company Aruto could run, and have Zaya authorize him so that he could transform again. All done by her, just saying.
So, Aruto has a new company, Heathen Manufacturing. Surprised he never got hit with a copyright claim because, well, he didn't. Oh, episode 33. Guy gives Yua one last chance and she is ordered to kill Fua, but once Guy learns that she can't do it, he basically turns on her and also reveals that Fua's past about being a victim of Daybreak was a lie. In his AI chip, he was given false memories of his past to intentionally see how far he can come. Once it's all out in the open, Yaiba has had it with Guy's shit and finally quits being part of Zaya. So, episode 34. Yaiba makes a truce with Jin to free and revive Naki. Doing so could allow Fua to learn about his past, but also Naki hacks into Zaya's systems, making anyone wearing their invention, the Zaya Spect, go wild. Other than that, Hirobi's new focus is to bring back Ikazuchi. I don't know why I can say that word for a second. And have all of Metsubo Jinrai together. And they succeed because Jin steals Ikazuchi's data key. And now to bring up some behind the scenes details. Now, around, I want to say this time last year, but maybe a few months in, when COVID became a thing, the production team altered things. Some scripts were changed, which will be shown later. And basically, when COVID hit, things changed. The production team was on halt for a few weeks, and this show was originally going to be 49 episodes and shortened itself to 45. Not just this show, the Sentai running next to it, Kira Major, did too early on because Kirame Red's actor tested positive for COVID. So, yeah, production was on hold for a bit until he got better. This lasted for 5 weeks, and in the meantime, they had 5 clip show episodes, 4 short cartoons, and even an episode 35.5, which is another clip show episode, but it's canon, and it fully introduces the arc's assistant, Azu, an evil version of Izu with long hair with red streaks in it. That makes her actress, Noa Shiruhima, look suddenly hotter. That's just me. Anywho, she's there to collect data on everyone's singularity. She's there to collect data on everyone's singularity point to fully revive the arc.
Episode 36. The arc finally plays in, and how he fights is by attaching himself to someone making the arc driver, allowing them to transform into KamenRider Arc Zero.
For Arc Zero, by contrast to Rising Hopper, I think Arc Zero looks awesome. Like, black is a great color, but then you have white and red to make it the more terrifying. Not to mention that he looks like he's been through some wear and tear with wires popping out. It's like it's a being with experience out on the battlefield just getting dirty. And it looks amazing to me. I also like the Arc driver and the fact that it doesn't come with a progress key or a Zetsume key. Just press the button, transform. Simple. That has not been a thing since the early 2000s. But now, Arc Zero is no joke. He beats Jin and Valkyrie, and I can see why episode 35.5 was so important.
Because he can make weapons out of himself and can apparently outpredict his opponents.
Remember that last part? He can predict his opponents. By the way, the reason for Jin and Valkyrie working together was so that they could beat the Arc, since Jin wants Humagears to be free. And so, episode 37, the Arc creates a progress key and a force riser for Naki. So, let's talk about KamenRider Naki. It's pretty simple. That's about it, really. It's pretty simple. It's sharp. That's about it. And she's apparently based off of a Japanese wolf. Well, yeah. Well, this episode going into episode 38, the Vice President of Hidden Intelligence, who I haven't talked about up till now because he is a prick. Like, he's just annoying, an ass. You just want to tell him to go away. Like, ugh, what a prick. Anyway, that prick now decides to team up with Aruto to remove Guy from Hidden Intelligence. And they're successful.
They manage to stop him, yet they don't restrain him from pulling any more crap.
Seriously, they want to kick his ass out, so you'd think they'd go a bit further. This dude has been terrorizing them for how long now? They don't want to up the ante a bit more, let anything out. But instead, they ask him, why do you care so much about specifically hidden intelligence? And so, yeah. What do? They give him the shitty father backstory. I wish I was kidding. それが父の教えだった。ガイ、100点に満足するな。1000点を目指す男になれ。1000点なんて取れるわけないよな、サウザー。こんな点数を出したはずがしかないのか。ごめんなさい。こんなものにうつつを抜かしてるからな。もう誰の助けもいらない。This man is responsible for everything in this show because his daddy doesn't know how the Japanese grading scale works. And for those of you that don't know, here's how. It's no different from the American version. A's, B's, C's, D's, and F's. The highest grade actually is S, and it's corresponding to percentage. So for S, it corresponds to 90% or 100%. So yeah, even from my own research, which was a freaking Google search, 100% or 1000%, not actual school grade.
Back to Guy, the realization of his mistakes comes when a copy AI of a toy dog he had when he was a kid is created for him to realize how wrong he was. Episode 39 picks up with Thouser and Zero One working together to beat the Ark this round.
The Ark's plan currently is to access Zaya to destroy it. Afterwards, Aruto and Izu go to Zaya to see if they could create a new upgrade to Zero One that could stop the Ark. But with the Ark now having data on Zero One, it's impossible. The system was never intended to face something, well, like the Ark, that's now much stronger. So, if they can't upgrade Zero One, Aro suggests to make a new Zero One.
It sounds silly, yes, because Aruto's not tech sufficient, but let's touch on this later.
I like that everyone rips into Guy for all of his conduct. Like he's literally responsible for like everything, like the whole show and whatnot. Well, it was all because of him, and he's now saying that he's realized his mistake. Like people have literally died. Like if I was to hear this for the first time too, I'd also call it bullshit. Now, that's all I'll say about Guy for right now. I'm going to save the rest of my thoughts until we get to the character analysis. And, like what I said, scripts were changed. Guy's redemption was too different. The writers were totally going to give him a redemption arc, but it unfortunately got just shortened down to what we got.
The rest of the episode is Guy taking steps to atone for his actions, and Aruto and company being lured to the Ark.
It's a trap!
Yeah, the Ark changed directions in his plan by stealing and destroying the Zero One driver. Now the Ark has Zero One's data and can access Zaya to destroy her. Episode 40. This is the introduction of Zero Two, and it goes far and beyond into being ridiculous. Like, for starters, Izu can time travel. I'm being dead serious right now. Izu can apparently time travel. Like, so this is like in this entire time right now, it's never been said that she can time travel. She just all of a sudden can. Did Hidden Intelligence invent time travel? Because how the hell is she able to do so?
And KamenRider 02? Yeah, it's basically born from PTSD. Izu goes through tens to thousands of times where she had to watch Aruto die until she gained singularity.
Kind of a dick move, right?
Because before the Zero One driver got destroyed, Zaya linked herself to Izu to start creating Zero Two. The only problem is that it's done as if it was a fiction and not, no, like a fantasy fiction and not science fiction. Even if they were linked, Zaya could still tap into Hidden Intelligence and build it there. Look, I know things changed because of COVID, but that's just not thinking. Oh, yeah, the Zero Two driver. It's literally just the Zero One driver with a toy right in front of it. It's literally no different. Like, honest to God, it's literally no different. You wanna know what it reminds me of too? Like, that thing that Gaim has to put on his driver for when he ever needs to use one of the Jimber forms. Just wow. It looks cool, but it's literally just a toy slapped in front of it. It's no different because of that. Anywho, KamenRider 02. Let's talk about this form. I just think that for a final form introduction, no. It's just no. Anywho, 02. I wasn't too much of a big fan of it at first, but the more I look at it, the more I kind of like it. Like, if there was to be one thing I don't like about the suit, sort of now, I think it's the red. Like, it's just that I don't know. I'm just not big on the red. The shoulder pads I can definitely get used to. I just think that the black and yellow stood out more for 01. But for 02, it's black, yellow, silver, and red. But at least there's a one nice touch that's actually on the suit where there's red, and it's not the antennas. It's instead that one piece like right here that's making a scarf because KamenRider. Oh, and 02 can do the most unfucking believable thing ever that's apparently effective. 02 can outpredict the arc and therefore can outpredict his opponents. That is just like, it's not a matter, it's like, for that alone, it's not a matter of looking into the future or some shit. It's literally, well, take that back. It's sort of like looking into the future or some shit. Well, not like time travel, but you can literally just analyze, see what's happening immediately. Whereas with Shining Hopper, you had options to look from. In this case, 02 is just saying, oh, he's going to throw a punch, do this, and block it. Or no, not saying like he's throwing a punch, do this, block it. It's more of, oh, hey, here's how he's going to throw a punch. Block it. Wow. Just wow. Like, how this form was introduced is just not, in my opinion, the best way. Because it looks like it was done by freaking magic as opposed to it being built. And here's what I honestly think could have been a bit better. Like, for one, they didn't introduce 02 immediately after the 01 driver was destroyed. Maybe have some time building it, or better, inform Guy about it. That way, he's on the road to redemption, so he's putting in the work. He's actually making up for his mistakes by creating his enemy, well, his new ally's final form. That would have been much better than what the hell was just on TV that kind of made no sense to me. And so, 01 beats the arc, but he's still around as long as the satellite is still working.